Right, and campers, back out. And today, hey, tell you what, look at that. And it's not a camp today. I'm just out on a paddleboard and I'm going to get one Wainwright. Going to head up to Robinson, which is just over my shoulder there. But to start off with, down into Buttermere, look at this guy. Yeah, start off with down into Buttermere. I'm going to paddle the length of Buttermere. Hopefully, get out to the other side and then up Robinson. That's the plan. What fantastic scenery to start off with though. That way to the lake, Roger. Hey, I tell you what, Buttermere does not disappoint. It's only my second time down here. Last time I came, I went over around that way and there's a big waterfall over there. I can't remember the name of it. I'll stick the thumbnail to the video on. Up and over, all the way over them and then back down. But that was before I had a packraft. What a day for it. So it's actually Father's Day today, Sunday. So I've managed to negotiate a couple of hours away from the family. Coming to the lakes really early. I think it's about 7 o'clock. I'm going to spend about 5 hours here. And then head home. Maybe just go for some Sunday dinner. I mean no harm. What a way to start your Sunday. Love it. Yeah, the drive into Buttermere, wow, that's fantastic. The little windy roads and then it kind of opens up. Stunning scenery. All right then, gang. Here we are by the water's edge with my little pack. I've got a smaller pack today, 50 litres, because I'm not camping, so it's got the boat in, life jacket, bit of warm kit, and a few other little bits and bobs, snacks for the hill. So yeah, I'm gonna get this set up now. I'm going that way. Packraft. Someone with the right idea over there, going for a wee swim. Made the right choice to come here today. So I quite like the little setup I've got with a pump because whilst that's doing its thing, pumping up the old packraft, I can be getting on my PFD, but also put my paddles together. So quite happy with it. I do bring the inflatable pump sack, the big old bag, just in case the pump doesn't work itself, but I just use that as a carry bag really for the old packraft. Right, just pumped up, let's have a look. So that's it all pumped up. I did give it a couple of extra puffs. I've put my bag inside a dry bag, so not that I'm expecting to capsize, but it's probably good practice, isn't it? Drone will go in there with us, skeg will go on the bottom. Let's get in the water. One more thing, decided to bring some wet shoes because of last time's debacles where I couldn't dismount properly. So hopefully I can keep my boots dry for the trip up Robinson's. Right, boys and girls, we're on the water. Let's go and explore. But before I do, change sport to kayak. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. The scenery, next level. Right, so I think the length of Buttermere is about 1.8. I haven't measured it. It's kind of diagonal across a grid square and a bit more, so I'm expecting about 1.8. I haven't really got a clue how long it'll take us. I probably will be dicking about a little bit. Maybe get the drone out in a bit, but just happy to be here, guys. Making full use of the packraft. There's no one around. I mean, it is early on a Sunday, but I thought there might be a few more people around. Definitely not complaining. So I was going to bring the fishing rod, and it is in the car, but I haven't got the first clue about fishing. So I've got this little telescopic rod, and we could have played around with it, but I just thought it's an extra thing to carry. Maybe it's on my next trip. So this packraft that I'm in, I said I would do a bit of a review on it. I've got zero facts and figures in my head, so I can't really do a too in-depth review. But this Anfibio Rebel 2K, one thing I can tell you, cost us £720. So far I've used it once, so that's a pretty expensive use. This is my second go, so we're getting that down to the closer to the 300 mark. Which makes it a bit more appetising for the wife. It cost us £600 to pay direct to Anfibio, but then you've got your import charges after that. So it was held at DPD or somewhere, and I think I had to pay an extra £120 on top. But it is sturdy, it is solid. One video that I did see, Easy Adventures, I think, and this is what sold it for us. He took it down Patagonia. He had one of these and he took it across Patagonia, and he's doing all sorts of rapids, you know, white water. And I thought, for what I need it for here in the lakes, with this flat water, it'll do for me. So that was the kind of deciding factor. There's loads on the market, NRS, certain brands, alpaca, costs a little bit more, the alpaca. So I thought this was a happy medium. Like I say, it's got the spray deck, which I don't quite need at the minute. But yeah, that Easy video, I'll stick it in the description. Cracking video, by the way, what a guy. What content he's got. I'll stick some of the details on. I'm pretty sure it's under 2 kilo. I'll stick it on the screen somewhere. Under 2 kilo, the fabric specifications. The higher the number you go, obviously the more robust the material is, but it becomes heavier. So hopefully this is a kind of strikes the right balance between rigidity and but also can be packed down so I can get up into those mountains. And I think it's Robinson that's behind us, you might be able to see. So it's one of them up there, which I'll be heading up this afternoon. But I think for now, we're going to try and get the drone out once again. One thing I have forgot to do, and it's in the bag, annoyingly enough, is put my paddle leash on. So you should have a leash to your paddle in your boat, so that they don't get separated. I'm still very nervous about using this when I'm on the water, but I've got to get used to it, don't I? If I'm going to bring you the fantastic footage. I don't know what paddling technique this is. last bit of paddling for me. Over to the far end, and that'll be packing up and straight up Robinson. Come on! Ooh, successful paddle. Stayed in my boat. That was never in doubt, really. The wind though was making it slightly choppy. I mean, it's not choppy, is it? But there's a couple, and you can just feel it a bit in the boat, which is quite nice. But yes, made it in one piece. I did see on a Packrafting UK Facebook group that somebody had the Rebel 2K and they were in Ullswater, which is where I was going to head this weekend. And they fell out of it and the wind blew it away. So they were stuck. Obviously, I don't know the whole backstory, but they lost it. And they were asking if anybody had seen this Rebel 2K Anfibio. So again, that's probably why you should attach your paddle to the packraft. But I suppose for me, I've got this dry bag, which I didn't really close up very well. But that should hopefully make it stick around if I ever do take the plunge. Right, let's get chest rig on, upper body workout done. Now to punish the legs. Right, let's go. I've gone to all the effort of keeping dry feet, and then I've gone and landed here, where I'm going to have to cross this friggin' river. Yeah, we're going to head up this way. Looks like a car up there. Safe going over that river. Funny thing with these tubes behind us, when the wind's blowing, it's like making a whistling sound. Some kind of panpipes where I'm going over the hills. Fleetwith Pike, good old OS maps. So yeah, there's loads of people camp on there and get some stunning views down the Buttermere Valley. These boots that's on my feet. So there's some Scarpas, mid-ankle Gore-Tex ones. And I'm on a Facebook page and somebody says, get yourself onto the Scarpa website now, the retail, the clearance website. So these set me back a grand sum of £13. So the rest of them, even on the clearance website, were like 180, 150, 130. And these ones were on for 13. So I reckon someone's missed a zero off the end. So anyway, I chanced it, placed my order, and I thought if they get delivered, they get delivered. They might cancel the order. But no, they got delivered straight to my house, £13. Lovely job. Cheers, Scarpa, but you're not having them back. I'm heading to a place called Kirk Close, which I think is pine trees just to front there. And then there's a beck that takes you all the way up to Robinson. I think it's called Hasneyhow Beck, Hasney Summock. I don't know if you can hear them pipes whistling. It's going to drive us nuts. Yeah, so once I'm up Robinson, once I'm at the top, I turn kind of northwest, head towards Moss Force, the big waterfall, potentially dunk the junk in there, and that'll be it for today. Right, can I fit through this one? Yes, I can. Fold as wood. Please avoid litter, fires, damage. Yeah, will do. Right, now the climb begins. Which way do I go? My days. That just goes up. Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty steep. Oh. I thought I'd come to the lakes, give myself a little workout, fucking little workout, having a laugh. But you can kind of see the length of Buttermere there, which I paddled, so I started up there, went all the way along, down to the White House, which is kind of down there. What a fantastic place. Fantastic place. Come on, Michael. Stop procrastinating. Get up the hill. What's the worst that could happen here? Fall to me death. All right, folks, making good progress. I've climbed 341 metres. About the same to go. But before I do that, a little bit of a scrambly section here. Yeah, it's perfectly doable. Perfectly doable. Bloody blowing. Whew. Folks, that's pretty much it. I believe that's Robinson to my front. So from Buttermere I've climbed 596 metres. Robinson itself is 737. So do the maths. How high Buttermere is above sea level. Quite a canny little climb that. Very steep at points. But that's took us what? An hour and 20? An hour and 20 of this old fat knacker dragging his arse up the hill. But that's what I came out to do. Yeah. Robinson. Very good. So I just checked there, I've done 58 Wainwrights out of 214. I reckon by the time I'm 60, I'll get through them all. Tell you what, that Wainwright must have done them when he was fairly young. And now the picture that I've got of Wainwright in my head is old Alfred, you know, the old guy, hunched over with his anorak on. Fair play to the guy getting up and doing all these. Proper bog central down here. I'll show you where this is on the map. It's just kind of above Moss, High Moss, Moss Force. Shite with names. I'll stick on a few photos from last week. So me and my daughter went out camping. Just me and her. She was kind of desperate to get out. We did have something planned. Oh wait. How deep am I going here? Yeah, we did have something planned to go out with Gregory and his little nipper, who appeared in one of my other videos at the Boffy, but they couldn't make it. So my daughter Georgia, she was desperate to get out. So we decided to go to Durridge Bay, up in Northumberland, and camp on the sand dunes. And to be fair, it was fantastic. We headed out quite late in the day, so we wouldn't be too bored. But pitched up on the sand dunes, had a little fire going on the beach. Obviously left no trace. Hot dogs, and then just up and out nice and early in the morning. So I'll stick them photos up, and thank you Georgia for keeping us company. Looks like I'm going to do it today. All my gear's there. Let's see if we can get in. Oh. Right, that's enough. Ah, yes. Oh. That was fantastic. Fantastic. Alrighty then, gang. That is the drone complete. Me dip complete, and I tell you what, I feel $1 million, as I always do. So there is a bit of a path that goes around there, but one wrong step and you're going down. So I'm going back the way that I know, up this way. Oh. And I'm just going to skirt round to the main path up the top. It's tantalisingly close, you know, that path down there. Let's try and do it. Kind of little platforms where you can put your feet. Back on the path, I didn't die. But I tell you what, so when I was in the water, up at the waterfall at the top, I was very wary about how slippy it would be. You know, because of the moss under the water and what have you, so I'm taking my time. That was worse coming down there. The wet rock there was so slippy coming down, so when you think you're out of the woods, you're not necessarily out of the woods. Hopefully pick myself up a sausage sandwich, or a bacon sandwich. I popped into a little place on one of my last visits down here, and the bread was fantastic, the sausages were lovely, so I'm going to try and find it again. I've had my Garmin going throughout this little mini adventure. So my little hike down to Buttermere itself, and then the paddle, I changed it to paddle. And then when I got to the other side, I changed it to hike. So hopefully it's kind of amalgamated all of those into a multi-activity. I'll put the link in the description to this video so you can kind of see which route I took. It's fairly simple, but I'm hoping that it's brought it all together into one activity and not 3 separate ones. Right, well, time for me to sign off. I got my sausage sandwich, over the moon. Here it is. Look at that. Naughtiness. Well, that's another one in the can. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. A little micro adventure. Paddling Buttermere up to Robinson. Until next time, peace out.